All right, so I'm a tourist, but I don't have a map, so I guess we'll just have to read our cards instead.
I guess so.
We have prom coming up.
Do you have 21?
I don't. I have way too many cards here, though. So I guess we should just do the broadcast.
Maybe.
All right, live from the new media studio here at beautiful Valley High School. This is Falcon Flash. And good morning, students and staff. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of March. We are continuing our celebration of Women's History Month by profiling the subject of the recent movie Hidden Figures. Did you see that one? About Katherine Johnson. Being handpicked to be one of the 3 black students to integrate West Virginia's graduate schools is something that most people would consider one of life's most notable moments. But it is just one of the several breakthroughs that have marked Katherine Johnson's long and remarkable life. Born in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia in 1918, Katherine Johnson's intense curiosity and brilliance with numbers vaulted her ahead of several grades in school. By 13, she was attending the high school and the campus of historically black West Virginia State College. At 18, she enrolled in the college itself, where she made quick work of the school's math curriculum. Katherine graduated with highest honors in 1937 and took a job teaching at a black public school in Virginia. In the 1957 launch of the Soviet satellite Sputnik changed history and Katherine Johnson's life. Engineers formed a core of a space task group, the U.S.'s first official foray into space travel, and Katherine, who had worked with many of them, came along with the program. She did the trajectory analysis for Alan Shepard's May 1961 mission Freedom 7, America's first human spaceflight, and in 1962, as NASA prepared for the orbital mission of John Glenn, Katherine Johnson was called upon to do the work that she would become most known for. The complexity of the orbital flight had required a construction of a worldwide communications network, linking tracking stations around the world to IBM computers in Washington, D.C., Cape Canaveral, and Bermuda. The computers had been programmed with the orbital equations that would control the trajectory of the capsule in Glenn's Friendship 7 mission from blast-off to splashdown. But the astronauts were wary of putting their lives in the care of the electronic calculating machines, which were prone to hiccups and blackouts. We all know how technical issues can kind of throw you off a little bit. That's pretty dangerous when you're doing spaceflight. As part of the pre-flight checklist, Glenn asked the engineers to get the girl, Katherine Johnson, to run the same numbers through the same equations that had been programmed in the computer, but she was going to do it by hand on her desktop mechanical calculating machine. If she says they're good, Katherine Johnson remembers the astronaut saying, "Then I'm ready to go." Glenn's flight was a success and marked the turning point in the competition between the United States and Soviet Union in space. Let's take a minute to learn a little bit more.
Katherine Johnson was born on August 26, 1918, in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. She fell in love with mathematics as a young girl. In 1939, she became one of the first black students in West Virginia University's graduate program in mathematics. Mrs. Johnson began her career in the space program at the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, the agency which preceded NASA. Mrs. Johnson worked on the early space program, computing the launch window for astronaut Alan Shepard's 1961 Mercury mission. In 1962, NASA used a computer to determine John Glenn's orbit around Earth. Not as confident in the computer as he was in Katherine, Glenn called Mrs. Johnson to verify the numbers.
What an amazing life she had. Now I'm going to hand this over to Dr. Galicia, who is here with some very important news for you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday was a pretty frightening day for many of us. No one wants to hear that there is a shooting threat on our campus. After a day of investigation, the Santa Ana Unified School District Police Department arrested an individual for what he wrote in one of our restrooms. Thank you to DSO Lyons and DSO Burnett for their intense work in reviewing the video footage, and the Santa Ana Unified School District for the additional support provided. I too had to cancel everything on my calendar to devote my entire day on this incident. Ladies and gentlemen, making a threat of any kind, especially of a shooting, is not a joke. We will take this seriously, and you will be arrested as well as recommended for a full expulsion. I ask that if you witness or hear anything in regards to the safety of our campus, that you report it immediately to the administration. It is not a joke, and we will take all matters seriously. On a separate note, for the past 6 months, a group of our students have been working with Freedom Ride, a nonprofit organization that focuses on the prevention and intervention of human trafficking, especially the sexual exploitation of the youth. The following is a short video that they have created.
Human trafficking is a modern version of slavery.
There are over 41 million slaves in the world today.
That's more than any other time in history.
Human trafficking is the fastest growing illegal enterprise in the world.
Slave owners make an estimated $150 billion in profit every year.
There were over 100,000 victims of human trafficking identified in the U.S. last year.
California is the #1 state for trafficking.
It's happening right here
In Orange County.
In Santa Ana,
in our community.
Over 25% of human trafficking are children under the age of 18.
some of us know people that this is happening to.
I am not okay with this.
We are not okay with this.
No estamos bien con esto.
We want to be the ones to notice it and stop it in time. To give hope to teens
To keep our friends safe.
that are vulnerable and hurting. We want Valley High to become an anti-human trafficking school.
With that in mind, human trafficking is definitely a major problem within our community. On the screen is an article about an individual who was arrested last week for trafficking 3 girls ages 14, 15, and 16 years of age here in Santa Ana. We are scheduled to have an assembly on Thursday, March the 28th during 6th period for all juniors and seniors and the athletes to learn more about this horrific crime that is happening to our youth in our own community. I will leave you with a quote from Shiv Kera. Your positive action combined with positive thinking results in success. You can go around blaming others and being negative about your situation, but that won't change anything. You need to take action to change your situation and always be positive. With that in mind, let's have a wonderful week of learning.
Thank you, Dr. Galicia. And here's today's Falcon Flash. Good morning, Falcons. We are fully engaged with exploring the sites and surroundings of our Spring Spirit Week with Tourist Tuesday. Tomorrow, get your hands on the soil and plant new dreams as farmers of your own future. Spring means new life and new awakening, so get your seedlings planted, nurture them, and carefully watch as new great things grow. Okay, guys, you all know that prom tickets are on sale this week. They are just $85.
$85. So what do we got here? $85. Is that enough?
With your poker chips, Mr. Rosama.
Well, you know the theme is Casino Royale.
Oh, that's right. I hear there's going to be blackjack tables at the
Yes.
event.
Yes, there will be. Luckily, prom is not a gamble, though, since everyone is sure to have a great time dancing and snacking, getting their pictures taken, and enjoying the beach scene down there in Dana Point.
Do you have more chips?
Why is that?
Because you know the ticket prices go up Monday next week.
They do? Oh, man, how much?
Ooh, tickets are going to be $90. So
$90.
I don't know.
Look at that. I have more over here. Okay. All right. I'd rather stick with it just this. Maybe I should get my ticket this week, but if need be, I'll get the $90.
Okay. Prom is on Saturday, April 27th. Juniors and seniors, you don't want to miss this one. Now here's Ms. Gibbs with some more information.
Good morning. Hey, good news is in the air for our seniors and college acceptances. A few weeks ago, 3 of our seniors received an early acceptance to UC Berkeley and a chance to interview for their Regent Scholarship, which will provide a large amount of money for them if they get it and are attending UC Berkeley. Congratulations to Brian Castillo Rojas, Paula Guerra, and Eric Pineda. We are waiting for the next Berkeley admits to find out their status next week. We also want to recognize Carolyn Henderson, who is admitted to Dillard University and Jacksonville University, Dulce Chamu to Northern Arizona University, Diana Avila to Vanguard, Mayela Barajas to Sacramento State, Lizbeth Maldonado to Cal State LA and UC Riverside, and Diego Martinez to Cal State Bakersfield, Cal State Fullerton, and Loyola Marymount University. Reminder to our seniors who promoted from Spurgeon, the Russ Ford Memorial Scholarship application is due this Thursday, March 21st. Qualifying students must have a 3.0 GPA or higher. You do not need letters of recommendation. The application is available in my Google Classroom and also outside of my office. And juniors, if you are interested in joining the Reality Changers College Apps Academy, applications are due to me. Thank you to the students who submitted apps on time yesterday. And now we have a special announcement from Link Crew.
All right. Good morning, Valley High School. This is Greg Marco, and we have a small announcement from Link Crew.
Today at lunch at Valley Alley, there's going to be a table set. Link Crew's going to be there with applications. Please be there. We're looking for 10th and 11th grader of all sorts of kinds. Please be there if you want to know how it is to be a leader and how it is to be strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Link Crew. Good morning, Falcons. Breaking news, the boys golf team broke the school record for the lowest overall score ever recorded by a Valley golf team. The team scored 206 in Thursday's victory against Orange. The team was led by David Merlin and Min Lin, as usual, with the score of 37 and 38. However, Brian Lagunas had a big breakthrough by scoring in the 30s for the very first time. The boys have a team goal of breaking 200, which would require the team to average in the 30s. A very difficult task. They continue to play tough competitions before they have their first league tournament next week.
And that's it for today's Falcon Flash. And remember,
Falcon